Hi everybody, welcome to Creative Wreaths and Flowers with Cheryl. I'm Cheryl, the wreath maker, flower maker, whatever. Hope everybody's doing great tonight. I know it's kind of cold down south. Actually, it was kind of warmer here today. We got all the way up to 30 and there really wasn't much wind, so I was really excited. I was out. And I went out and I'm working on a spring wreath now. I don't know if you can see it. The colors, I have a teal, I have like a melon, and I have a lavender. The melon mesh I got at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, half off. And I believe that's where I picked up also this lavender mesh. And it was easier mesh to work with than the Dollar Tree mesh I was working with, although I will be working on it again. I'm going to be making some more Easter wreaths, and I may make another St. Patrick's Day or Mardi Gras or both. But these were they're very thin, kind of see-through, and I don't like transparent. So behind each one of those, what I did is I went through and I used my teal. I'm kind of partial to this color. I don't know why. One of these days I'm going to make a peacock wreath. But anyway, so I cut all the mesh. It's all 10 inches wide, and I cut it 20 inches. And then instead of separating the teal from the melon or the teal from the purple or lavender, I put them together and I ruffled them, which was interesting. But it came out like this. I don't know if I have a new thing. Mike went out, when we were out today, Mike bought me a little tripod for my webcam so that I could set it up a little higher. I could tilt it down to see what I'm doing. So we're still in the what do you want to say, research and development stage of just how to do these Facebook slides. And I noticed that it doesn't look, I'm looking at me on the computer instead of looking at the camera. But anyway, tonight I'm just wanting to decorate this. And this, like all mesh does fray. This hasn't frayed as bad. I've lost my scissors again. The mesh hasn't frayed as bad as the last mesh I worked with. However, I tell you, found them. However, you do always get little straggly. So as I see them, I like to clip them off. Kind of hard for me to see sometimes. But I haven't used a lot of ribbon, so I'm starting to get into that phase. And for anybody that's new, I just started making wreaths in October. So I'm learning every day. I like to watch Lori at Hardworking Moms. I tell you, she makes wonderful wreaths and she explains things so well. So I watched her tonight live, and she was working with ribbon. I thought, okay, I'm going to try the ribbon. I thought that the last time. So I went by Joann's today, because we only have Joann's and Dollar Tree here in town, and I have to go over to Papillion to go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And then, no, Hobby Lobby's there. Hobby Lobby, they also have one of those down on Dodge Street, and then over in Council Bluffs. I like to go to Council Bluffs. The Dollar Tree is bigger, so they have a better selection, and the Hobby Lobby's next door, a crafter's dream. We don't have AC Moore's. I'm really jealous, and I don't have a Christmas tree store that I know of. So, but I find supplies, trust me. I decided to go with just 2 ribbons in each tie, and the same 2 ribbons all around. I'm going to be using, this is a like glittery lavender and a glittery peach melon. I haven't even opened them yet to make sure they aren't transparent. If they're transparent, I'm just going to go, uh-oh. But anyway, so since we have all of our, there are 7 tie, I think, this is a 14-inch white work wreath I got on Joann's on Christmas clearance. And I was thinking there were 9 and 7, but now that I think about it, I think there's 7 ties on the bottom and 6 ties on the top. It's been a rough few days, my grandson has a very bad, very, 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 pardon me, very, very, very bad cold. And of course, he decided to share with Grandma. And so I spent the last couple of days trying to recover. I'm trying to cut the plastic off this. But that's okay because sharing is caring, right? So I put Grandpa in charge of baby. Well, he's 15 months, 16 months old. And I'm trying to stay away from baby so we don't keep passing it back and forth. He is so congested. I feel so sorry for him. But and it must not have slowed him down much because we are downstairs, they are upstairs. And it sounded like when they got him up from his nap, they'd given him some hyperactive pills or something because I could hear him running up back and forth across the floor. And so I was kind of giggling to myself. And then I was going to come on earlier, but then there was a Boston Bruins game on. And so it just finished. So therefore, that's why I'm on now. We won 4-1. Yay. But anyway, so I thought I'd show you how I was going to decorate this if I can figure out what I'm doing. What I'm going to do, though, is first I'm going to cut these. I'm going to leave them 14 inches long. I think that would be best. Cut this little zigzag. And taking hints from other people, Lori at Hardworking Moms, made myself a little board. This is 7 inches long. Made a little notch at the top so I remember what the top is because I don't know about anybody else, but I forget. And I'm going to make, what did I tell you guys? So I think I'm going to make 13 of them because I think that will do it for us. And these are not marked on the front and microscopic on the back. These are 1.5 inches wide. And I just stuck with, I know a lot of people use 2 different sizes, but we're just going to go with 2 that are the same size in these colors and 2 on each tie. So to help bring the colors out. So I'm going to wrap this, what did I just say, 13 times. Maybe I better do 14 just for fun. Well, maybe we won't because that's all the longer it was. 10. So I made 10. So maybe we'll just put 1 on each thing. And since I want them to be 14 inches long this time, I'm going to cut them just once at the top. Maybe. And just cut it once at the top. And you don't have to use the board. I've seen people do it without the board, but I'm not that coordinated or good at it. So I have 10, did I say? See, I can't even remember what I said. And they don't have to all be exact. This end of, I must not cut well. I'm going to even them out. And then I'm going to take them. Actually, this made 8. So I'll have to think a little bit that. Then I'm going to do the dovetailing. So fold them in half. In that end, and it makes a dovetail. And I will point the camera down more when we start putting things on the wreath so you can see it. Take this in, this, and fold this one in half. And I'm not good at doing the ribbons, I will admit that, because like I said, I just started doing them. And I want to thank everybody today that liked my page. That was fantastic. It kind of freaked me out a little bit. But I like to hop on. I like to make the video so I can go back and look at it and see what I've done. Anyway, I'm going to dovetail this. I should have got 2 of these. My husband walked through, I was telling him. I almost didn't get them because I really hate to put a lot of money into things when I don't know totally what I'm doing yet. But I just really love this ribbon. There was a price on it. I think it was $7.99 per roll. And then I had a coupon for 40% off of one and a coupon for 30% off another. And then, of course, the wonderful Joann's, if you spend this much money, you get that much money off coupon. So I'll count these out better this time, and we'll see what we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, basically we're getting 8 out of one of these. These were, I got a little pin on the back. How much was on each one of these? 9 feet. So they were kind of small rolls, but I really like the ribbon. And you might as well like what you use, right? And I don't have a lot of grip in my hands, so sometimes I have a little trouble working with it. And we'll just put this over here somewhere. I don't have a very big workspace either. Take these, cut them, fold them in half, and dovetail the coral ones. So 8 and 8 is 16, and we said we had 13. Well, I might have to see if I've got, I really haven't, I've got my mesh, a lot of mesh, but I don't really have a lot of ribbon yet. I just started getting better about using that. And by the time this wreath is done, one of these, basically right now what I'm doing is I'm just making them to, if I sell them, I'm just trying to get back the cost of my materials at the moment. So right now they are on the lower side, but I probably a wreath like this one with the more expensive ribbon and some of the decorations I put on it, I would probably ask $20 for. This is not sealed. I haven't had the weather to be able to seal wreaths lately. It is just too darn cold, and you don't want to do that inside. And with baby having some breathing problems right now, it is, I didn't want to do it in the garage because his bedroom is right over top of my garage. So I'm going to get rid of this trash here. And my brain just goes all the time, and I'm thinking I might have some more. I had used on my Easter wreath, I had used some ribbon I got at the Dollar Tree. It's real transparent though, but I guess I could be nice. I usually, Lambda loves to, my dog loves to play with that stuff. Give me a moment. I'm going to go over and look and see how much of this other ribbon I have, and then I'll be right back. I'm not going to turn off or anything because you can't do that on live. If I don't knock the camera over, we'll be doing well. I don't have any other melon colored ribbon. So maybe what I will do for part of this is I do have this sheer ribbon. I got this all at Dollar Tree. This one is, I believe, comes in their spring collection. It was with the Valentine's Day stuff. And this purple is actually their Easter collection because it has a bunny on it. That's how I see what's here. I don't even know how long this piece is. And all of these are wired ribbons, so hopefully they'll look good. This will make one piece. That's from leftover from my Easter project, which, like I said, I will be doing more Easter wreaths. I like to do them on live. I don't think anybody's here with me right now, but if you are on and you ask questions or say something, give me a minute. I have to squint. I refuse to wear my glasses. They drive me nuts. They're bifocals, so I get a little out of whack sometimes. And I also, when I was at the Dollar Tree today, I went by there. So if I cut, I'll just put that over there for now. But I also wanted to get, they say in the kitchen section at Dollar Tree, the Betty Crocker scissors are the bomb. And I was going to pick some up because Michael broke one pair of my Dollar Tree scissors. And apparently I or Lamba, either one of us, misplaced the other pair I had. So I'm down to using his, they say upper sharp, antimicrobial by Westcott. I have no idea where he even got them. They were his. Since he broke mine, he had to kind of give his up for a while. So I am just going to cut 7 more of these, I think, if I have the ribbon. Not quite sure how many I have. I kind of got off. There's not much left on this roll. The ones from Dollar Tree are shorter, I've noticed. You can, usually I got some at Hobby Lobby because their Christmas is on clearance, and they're bigger rolls. This one is, these are 2.5 inches wide. So these are the wider ribbon, and there's 108 inches. And I tried to figure that out. I think I figured out it was 3 yards. So anyway, I'm going to cut these and dovetail them. But they are a real transparent ribbon, so that's why I like the other ribbon, because it's not see-through. Not that that's any big deal. But you know what? Somebody said I also got myself a Works snip clip. Hello, Melinda. If you see anybody ask a question and I don't notice them, can you help me answer them? I thought she was doing homework, but that's my daughter. Wow, they're right. That clip's really good. I like that. That's much easier on my hands than these scissors. I knew they said it would cut just about anything, but I've only had these about a week. I was using a solder iron to cut the mesh and help seal it for the fray, because using the Fiskar cutter, I'm not very good at it. And it left a lot of fray because of the way I did it, but I watched a lot and took a lot of advice. So therefore, I was watching some of Carmen Catherine's wreaths, and she had the cutest little rocks that she holds down her mesh with. And I was using my TV remote and my cell phone, and she said, oh yeah, my grandson got these out last year for me at Dollar Tree, and by golly, we went, and I hadn't seen them ever, and when we went over to get Valentine's stuff, they had Valentine rocks and they had St. Patrick's rocks. So my husband picked out 2 of these, and he was really sweet. He was, I don't know, he must have wanted bonus points. because I had picked up all of the, I hadn't seen the Valentine's one, but I had picked up all of these little St. Patrick's ones. So I have 4 of them now, and that really does help, especially with the Works cutter. And she also recommended this one or the Skill one that's also a screwdriver. But this has got a self-sharpening blade, and then after you use it, you just take a paintbrush and brush it down. And I have one here. So I keep looking. I rearranged my table today. I got a new Fiskar cutting board that's 24 inches long to oppose to the one that I had, the one that was smaller. So I have to count these now. And that barely makes 7. It makes just 8 14-inch long ribbons. And that's from the Dollar Tree Easter collection. I'm just going to use my regular scissors for here, but to tell you the truth, I'm going to see if this, it's got a nice guard on it. So I have a lot of troubles burning things, especially with glue guns and solder irons. So yeah, that's not going to go through. So they were excited, my family, when I decided to retire the soldering iron. And I'm getting close to trying to figure out how to retire the glue gun because I keep burning myself with the hot glue. I have a couple of bad owies right now. That's okay. I did buy some by Mod Podge heat finger protectors for when I do work with it. But then I was trying to use it because I burnt this finger pretty bad. And I was trying to use it to ruffle up this mesh, and it kept getting lost in the mesh. So that wasn't good. So I finally took them off. I also use the kind that you use in your office for paper. That's really nifty. Hadn't thought about using it for that. It's down here. All right, now I have all of my ribbon cut. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push the camera down so that you can see the wreath. And like I said, it's not the best angle. I'm still working that out. This is our first night for the little tripod, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to put my scissors in my works. Okay, here we go. All right. Now, I'm not sure you can really see what I'm doing. I need to get it so that it comes from the back, but we'll work on that later. What I do is I go to each one of the tiles on the bottom, and I'm just going to alternate the coral and the purple with one or the other. I think I'm going to put the lavender with the lavender transparent with the coral. And you just kind of line them up, put that one in the middle, figure out where your middle is, and then squish them together. Gather them together. It's hard to kind of gather the. Then we'll just open a tie, and then we're going to put those in there, and we're going to twist 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go ahead and tuck these behind because I'm going to use probably floral wire if I'm going to tie anything on. And I don't exactly have anything big for the middle of this one. This one will mostly just be an open middle. Some of them I put a decoration in the middle. But this one, I think I'm making it as a door wreath. I measured it earlier. Measures about 24 inches wide by about 8 inches deep. And I was real worried at first that this kind of a wreath would not fit on a front door because of, between that and the screen. But I actually made one at Christmas time and hung it on my son's door, and it actually fit real well. I don't know, maybe he doesn't get a lot of people going in and out the front door, but I went over there several times and in and out of it, and it didn't seem to really bother it. And that wreath wasn't sealed either, because that was before I had learned that you can seal them with the, what is it? Some people use Mod Podge spray. I actually have a sealer I bought from Walmart. Okay, so now I'm going to take the next one. I'm going to take a lavender and a pink and put those together. And then you fold it so you find the middle, and then you just gather it. This is like not working well. I'm going to have to get this figured out, because you really can't see anything I'm doing. You're just listening to me talk to you, tell you about it. But that's okay. At least now I have a good picture. With the just straight laptop, the picture wasn't always that good. So I have a good picture, and the last time I was on, they told me I had pretty good sound, so that was good. All right, and then I'm going to push them all down too. I don't know why, I just feel like that's the way I want to do this one tonight. Sometimes you can put them in a cross pattern. This is driving me insane, guys. And no, it's almost like it's too close if I put it here. But maybe at least you can see how I do one of them. This is the bow. This is the one I just put on. So you need to be a little bit farther away, and I don't have anything to set this on behind me. So this thing looks like a Star Wars project, this little tripod thing you got me. Whoa, sorry, it fell over. Apparently Alright, so now I'm going to go to the next tie after I get the video cord off of the camcorder. And this one is to be the coral and the lavender. And like I said, you just kind of line them up. Find the middle. This is the technique I've seen used, so that's what I'm trying. I also got a Bodabra that makes big bows, but I've only made one bow with it. I was really excited. That's what I got for my birthday. It's a Bodabra. And I guess I should have got the Pro Bodabra or the I can't say it. Pro bow. I think that holds your ribbon for you. But as things go along and as we learn, then, like when I first went out to buy stuff for Wreath, I bought tulle. And let me tell you what, I couldn't make a wreath with that if I wanted. Well, I did. I didn't like it. It looked like a tutu by the time I got done with it. And it was very hard for me to work with. I would have to work with it with a mask on because I have some breathing issues. And unfortunately, when I was working with glitter tulle, and it was horrifying. I couldn't hardly breathe. So I decided to put all the tulle away, and I may make some tulle bows with it, with my Bodabra. And I got that at Joann's. But, all right, so we do pink and purple. But someday I'll have this all down to a fine art, so it'll be easier for me. I'm going to open this twist up. Slip in our ribbon. And actually, at the Dollar Tree, I found some really pretty little, down by the flower section, they have some really cute little flowers and butterflies, because during my husband likes two things. He likes birds, and then he likes butterflies. So if I have a project I'm doing that I want to give to him, you'll see me work with the birds and the butterflies. And he likes cardinals, so I have a lot of cardinals, and then I decided I was just going to buy some different birds. I got a bunch of them at Joann's on the Christmas clearance, the cardinals, and then I got a bunch at the Dollar Tree. And I actually I'm waiting on ring forms and the Easter collection of mesh to come from the Dollar Tree. It's a little bit more difficult to work with because of the fraying, but I'm gonna make it work. I really am. And then I think something we're gonna do for Easter, because at Melinda's suggestion, Melinda wants me to do something in an Easter basket. So we will be doing something in an Easter basket, but the Easter baskets haven't come out yet. And I'm like, why aren't they getting these things out? And then I reminded myself, well, it is January. Most people aren't ahead. And since I have so many wreaths hanging on my walls right now, I just do one or two. I had one Easter wreath, and it's gone now, so I will be making another one. They had some really cute decorations for Easter at the Dollar Tree that I got. And I forgot what colors we were on. I hope I have enough ribbon. If not, I'll have to go out to Joann's tomorrow and get another set of the glittery kind. Fold it in here. And once you get better at this, it seems like it must go pretty quick. I'm a little slower at it right now. Whoops. I actually picked up the wrong color, so I'm just going to skip a tie for right now and go to the next one. I should have been getting a coral and pink instead of a coral and lavender instead of a pink and purple. You know, sometimes you almost wish there was a pause feature on this live. That way you could, like on tutorials when they it's kind of like they fast forward, you don't have to go around the whole thing. But sometimes it's kind of fun. I watch them all the time, the lives. I like to watch it from beginning to end and just see, you know, what I can learn from them. And I'm learning right now that I thought I had snipped all of these, but apparently I didn't do a very good job. Friction does cause the fray, but this one really hasn't had much friction, because when I'm not working on it, what I'm doing is I've been hanging it. I have a nail behind me on the wall where I've had previous wreaths on, and so I actually been putting it up there because I thought that would make it safer. And I had my Easter wreath hanging on the door, because that's where I like to take all my pictures, but it is no longer available, so I took and hung it up in the bedroom where I have all my leftover Christmas things. So I need to figure out when I'm working with ribbons, I think, to go more with satiny. And of course, I'm just not into that look, I guess. I like glitter. I like sparkle. I really do. That makes me happy. This is my therapy and my hobby. And I just enjoy it. If I can make somebody else's day happy and they enjoy my wreath, then I've accomplished something that's good. Needless to say, never did I figure that when I started this, I would make 39 wreaths during the Christmas season. I gave 9 wreaths away, and the rest are hanging on my bedroom. Well, not all the rest of them, but most of them are hanging on my bedroom wall. So it's kind of unique. And I'm sure Mike's getting a little tired of the foo-foo in there, but hey, it's decoration, right? And I'm kind of crimping these. Kind of crimping these down on the end to hold them down. Okay, hey, look at that. We made it all the way around. So now, since this one is coraled down on the bottom, I'm going to do the same on the top row, and I'm going to start with the lavender and the pink. And this one I'll decide if I'm going to pull down. I may do crisscross on these because I don't have anything for the center tonight to put on this. So I put it on, I'm going to tie it down. 1, 2. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of tuck them under so they're out of view. I'm not sure what other people do, but to crisscross these, you just take them like this. Put a little bend in it. I'm going to take this and go this way with it, even though this one is kind of transparent. That's why I hadn't planned on using it, because I kind of thought it would be better with a more defined ribbon. But I think I'll do them like that. And I don't know if you can, it's really, I'll move you around a little bit and see if you can, maybe if I go back. But you have this ribbon here that's all coming down. And then, whoops, you have, there we go, these ribbons that are coming down, and then these ribbons that are going in it like an X. I am going to find a way to get that camera behind me so that you guys can have a better view. So then again, so the next one is going to be coral and lavender. So I guess really that didn't take us that long to get it around, but it seemed like it. Hi, Patty Beth Barnes. How are you? Snuck in there on me. By the way, sweetie, I left you a voicemail today with my cell phone number on it. Because you weren't home or you didn't want to answer. I don't know how people actually do a live when they're doing something like this, because sometimes you got to count. I get all sorts of confused. Did you get your little machine fixed so that you can do all your good stuff again? Or does it still have problems on the computer? Your little cry cut, as I call it. But you're right. Everybody else in the world calls it a cricket. Alrighty. This. Fold this in half. Find the middle. Crinkle. And then I have to keep reminding myself of the instructions. And a lot of this on the wreath is just making it how you move it around. Another straggler. I can see this it's like fiber optic. It's not. I like the ruffle to come up, but I guess it just doesn't want to do that. Sometimes you can do what you want with the ruffle, and sometimes the ruffle just does what it wants to do. But in the end, it all works out. Okay. This one is... So this one would be... So I get myself confused. So I think I never actually made, well, I did. I shouldn't say that. I started to say I never actually made a Valentine wreath for here, but I did hang one on the front door in the petal style. A lot of people like the ruffle style, but we got a problem here. All right, my battery's running low on my laptop. If I disappear, I'm sorry. I will put a picture on of this, but I'm going to tie this one on since I have it in my hand. I'm going to go see what happened to the cord. We moved the laptop around and moved the camcorder around, and apparently we've knocked the cord away from it. So give me a minute so I can plug this back in. It probably did that when I moved the camcorder. Okay, I think that's probably charging now. Yeah. Sorry about that. Nothing like technical errors when you're in the middle of doing something. It makes me laugh because I think, well, I guess when you're on Facebook Live, it's kind of like being on a reality show because it's real time. It's what you're doing. And unfortunately for those people on live, and the difference between it and other reality shows is there has to be some scripting in other reality shows. I mean, things can't always be as perfect as they look. So you don't have a chance to go back and say, oopsie. Just have to keep going. I'm going to try to be on live more often. I've really got to start pumping out some wreaths. I have taken a few days down to try to get over whatever this is. And I'll work on them, and I just work on them for a bit. Oh, okay. That's great, Petty. I'm sorry, you know what? Ryder went and saw the doctor this morning. He has a bad, bad, bad cold. He shared it with Grandma. Wasn't that nice of him? I like their answer that Melinda said. They said, if he's not better in 2 weeks, come back. Excuse me? Poor little thing like gurgles when he breathes. So I don't think Grandma will be happy with waiting 2 weeks to see if it gets better. It's been a long time since I've had an itty bitty one. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Okay, let's do this one this way. Just it's terrible when little ones get sick, especially the ones that can't talk, because you just really don't know what's wrong with them. And all you know is that they're miserable. But like I said, Ryder likes to share, so. Yep, you do. You gotta love those babies. I just wish they didn't share so much. I mean, they could share fun things with me, but a bad, bad, bad cold is not something Grandma wants shared. Of course, out of everybody in the house, I would probably be the one that gets it the worst because I'm the one with the worst immune system. But that's okay. But yeah, I should be home all day tomorrow. Been getting up around 9. I'm not an early riser. Of course, I won't probably go to bed till 2. Amber gets us up around 9. She's tired of being alone. So today I had to go out to the doctor myself. My monthly appointment for my pain specialist. And they actually had a new girl. I'm not sure I'm impressed with that. A new PA. Not that that's a bad thing, but I just don't know her. It's kind of like to get your pain medication, you have to go in and have the privilege of paying for the copay. But what do you do? Oh, I think that is going to be the last ribbon we have to put on. That's pretty exciting. I don't know. Don't know if I like doing this ribbon thing or not. A lot of people like it though, so I'll try. Okay. Sorry, I see snagglies I have to put. All right, what am I going to do here? I have to think about this. We're going to put the camera back up there since we're going to be putting on other decorations. I'm going to hold this up. And I don't know if you can see it with the ribbons on it or not. It'll make a lot more sense once I have a better picture of it. But we got ribbons on it, so that's all that counts, right? All right. And then what I thought I would use for other decorations on this is, I have some leftover ribbon. That's good. I have a little pile of, ooh, look at all this neat leftover stuff I have. And eventually I'll go back and do something with it. In fact, I've made a couple of wreaths because I had just the right amount extra. But this is blue, so I thought that might give us a little pop in there. I actually got them off of the Christmas, but to me they don't look like Christmas. They're kind of generic. But I have these, and I have some of these. So I thought maybe we put some of those on. And then I got some of these really neat flowers from the Dollar Tree. I might add these little butterflies. I'm not sure yet. And then I have some white birds. Remember, I have lots of birds and butterflies, so if you like birds and butterflies, you've come to the right place. So anyway, what I'm going to do, though, on this pick, I'm not going to put it all in there. I am actually going to try to tear it apart. And this could be one for the record books, huh? Or it could all be smushed. And you have to fight with it and trying to get it apart. Here we go. Now what I'm going to try to do, instead of using hot glue, I'm going to try to wire them in with my floral wire. I don't know if that'll work, but we're going to give it a shot. So my fingers are just a little on the crispy side still. So I'm just going to take and get myself some, I have some green floral wire. And no, this one isn't Easter. This is going to be a spring one. I had an Easter one. I'm going to make some more Easter ones later. A few more. You know, I could have swore I just cut that. And for some reason, well, now I have it cut. But no, it's going to just be a spring door wreath. I wanted to put a welcome on it, but I couldn't find one yet that I liked. And I think I'm just going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this little green string. And this is a great thing about deco mesh too, because once you get the string on here, you don't necessarily have to wire it to the frame. You can wire it through the mesh. You can just go through the holes. And I might have to go back and put glue on it. But right now I'm just trying to wrap this little floral wire. It's kind of invisible to me. And then I'm just gonna, I don't know. This will kind of bring out that blue, the teal that's down in there at the bottom. It's a little difficult to do, but I really don't like this camera view, and that's terrible. I like the little tripod he got me, but I just don't like where I've got it set right now. Where Michael helped me set it up. Don't like it. So I'm going to just tie that on there, and then I'm going to cut off this excess wire. And just maybe it'll give it a little pop here and there. I wonder if anybody goes back and watches these after the people go online. I mean, I have from other ones, but it's just kind of interesting. Who would have thunk back when I was younger, before everybody had a computer in their home, who would have thunk we would have been doing this later in life? You know? I'm sure Patty understands. Linda won't, but I'm sure Patty understands what I mean. Oh, now I'm humming. Can't do good. Okay, if you're going to play that. I've lost the other end of the wire. I can't see it. Ought to be old. So I guess the other end of the wire is just lost for the rest of its natural life on this wreath because I have no idea where it went. Maybe I'll find it later. Now I can't lose two of them. Come back here. So we're just going to secure this the best we can. Like I said, I may come back with some hot glue later and just make sure that I have it on there. Good. But for now, this will hold it. I can just figure out how I want to tie it off because losing the other end, I can't bend it. So maybe we'll just do it like that. Yeah, I learned my lesson with hot glue and plastic, though. You got to either use a lot of plastic, or by golly, you better do something different. I ended up, my sign fell off my Valentine one. I hung it on my door. So I ended up actually putting zip ties. I have some zip tie things, adhesive on the back that you stick to the sign, and then you can, so I actually ended up adhesiving that and zip tying it to the frame. And that worked well. I don't know. I thought maybe this would be a good idea to try the floral wire as opposed to glue, since I'm apparently not supposed to use glue or hot things because I'm not good at it. Well, it's not that I'm not good at it. It's just that I'm not very. Yeah, I burn things. Laptops, coffee cups, fingers. And I'm not very discriminatory when it comes to what I can melt or burn. But I'm thinking, because of eyesight, actually it might be a little easier during the day because I'd have actual light. Okay. I think this needs just a little something right here. So I think I'm not going to put all 4 on. I think I'm just going to put 3 on here. So I like it. It's easier. Okay. So Patty, besides Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and Joann's, are there any other like craft stores out there? Oh, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's. Yeah, that's what I said, right? I mean, out on the East Coast, they have AC Moore. That sounds like a wonderful place to go. And they have something called a Christmas tree shop. But I just wondered if there's, I'm kind of like, one thing I'm looking for is I'm kind of looking for decals or small signs that don't cost a fortune by going through the major MLB, NFL, and NHL. And I kind of wanted to get some stuff. And I can't figure out where to get that. So I'm looking, I'd like to make some team. I'm sure I could go anywhere in town and find something Huskery. That's not a problem. But I'm talking, more professional teams rather than just Husker teams. Maybe I thought maybe I could go through Dick's and order something, Dick's Sporting Goods, but I don't know. Maybe I won't use those little blue things. Maybe I'll go with these pink flowers. Well, the reason I'm doing this is a spring wreath. These are only spring colors that have come out. I keep forgetting we're still in January. And I owe a spring wreath to somebody. I think we're going to have Nick come through here. I think he's home from work. So, okay, fine. I'm just going to start ripping here since I can't seem to get these apart. There we go. That's a cute little flower. I like that little flower. Were you here when I was telling you for Easter? I think we're going to try to do something with not the plastic, but with, how you get those little baskets that are kind of, I don't know what they're made out of. Had them for years. But I think I might make Melinda help me. But I think we're going to do something with baskets to create something for Easter, because that sounds fun. And I don't know if I'll use any mesh or if I'll just use flowers. These also had a twist tie on them, these little flowers. Anything that has a twist tie or a clip is my friend. Unless, of course, I can't figure out where the ends are. So maybe you went up through the front. I heard the car door, so which is okay. And I am just, like I said, I'm not putting these against the ring. I am just tying them right to the mesh. And I wouldn't have thought about that, but somewhere someone commented or I saw it on video or something. You just put it through the holes of the mesh. And I heard a dog crying. I don't even know where Lando went. Oh, were you over by the door? That wasn't you crying though, right? Need to get back over to Hobby Lobby. They had some really nice ribbon and cool stuff. And I think they put some of their Valentine decor and stuff. And I like to try to get I call it holiday neutral, like gender neutral, because then I can use it, red doesn't always have to be used at just Christmas and green. And he did go through the front door, I'll be darned. That's different. Maybe she told him. But anyway, I'm going to open this other pack. I'm trying to remember to clean my space since I have so little. I really do like these little flowers from Dollar Tree. I don't know why. They have blue ones too, but I thought blue would be just way too much for this wreath because it has a lot of blue in it, or turquoise. Let me add one right over here somewhere. Definitely have to get a better camera angle on this. Okay, there we go. Okay. The only problem is this one's kind of twisted already. But I do have these similar colors in smaller mesh that I'm going to work on for some Easter. I want to make at least one more Easter wreath. I may make another St. Pat's wreath, and I may make another Mardi Gras wreath. Haven't decided yet. I still have time. Like I said, I convinced myself, oh, gee, it's only the middle of, January. Because when you kind of work, ahead for a season, and you get convinced that you're almost at that season, and we're not. So, okay. All right. I think that'll do it for the flowers. And I don't know where I want the top to be yet either. I probably should have figured that out. I like to tie a ribbon or something. Now, I did catch a tip last night. Some people use, and it looked a lot easier to me because I'm not good with my fingers. They used pipe cleaners and put it back there. And I thought, well, that's pretty interesting. I like that idea. I don't know. Does it need more? Do you think it needs a little yellow? Well, let's try it. We'll try one, and if I don't like it, we can take it off. Or we might not, depending. The package isn't wanting to cooperate with it tonight. I like to leave it in the package. Of course, I don't even think I showed you the package. There's the top of it. Ornaments, that's all it calls it. And that's these little yellow butterflies. And I got those in the floral section at the DT Dollar Tree. Okay. And I'll add a little color, or give it a little bit more bling. Because actually I used to think, it's like, you know, it's the mesh, No, the mesh is the canvas. It's really the bling. The bling that you put, depending on where you want to put it. You're going to have to wait, Lamba. Can't go out until I'm done. You can hang in there. Yeah, kind of like that little butterfly. Kind of nifty. Just kind of got to decide where I want him to go. Hear Mr. Writer up there talking. I don't even know if he knows what he's saying, but I just talk back in the same language. Did you do that with yours, Patty? Just if they talked, you just repeated basically what they said? That way you had like your own language going. I don't know I may say nasty things to him. I don't know. Because I don't know what he thinks he's saying. But it's fun. And you can tell by his attitude, though. Like when he's trying to tell you off or something, he's mad. You can definitely see that little attitude come out in him. I just don't know where I want this one to be. I think we'll just tie it right down here by this other blue thing. Just because. Maybe. Get my hand back there. Okay. And we probably really aren't going to be able, I'll set the camera back up and maybe so that it's looking at me, and maybe I can hold this up back further so you can see it when I'm done. And sometimes after you hang them up on the wall, then you decide you have to like change it, you know, or position it a different way. What did you just knock down, Lamba? Trying to make sure. She loves to eat the crucifix. She thinks deco mesh belongs to her. But, yeah, I gave her the empty rollers for the ribbon. But I still see 4 rolls there, and I might have had 5, but I didn't think so. And I think because we've got so much on this, maybe I'll just put a couple of birds. So I'm thinking might be a little bit way too much to put. And these I might actually put some glue on because it's hard to make them sit so their beak is out. If you don't give them a little glue to help them set their ways. Okay. That one's going to be. So I'll probably end up putting a little dab of glue on these birds so that they'll actually look like they're not dying. And it's just, maybe that'll work. I don't know. Just not sure. We'll figure it out. Okay, I'm going to put it back up here. That work? Really? All right, I'm going to travel a little bit. There we go. only cut off part of my head. That'll work. All right, so I pretty much, except for the exact placement of the birds, I think I'm pretty much finished with this one. And it should hang this way. I probably will, like I said, after I hang it on the door and take the picture of it, I will probably move the birds so that, as you can see, that one guy looks like he's standing on his head, this one right here. I do the same thing when I back the truck up. I don't look appropriately in the camera. The one guy, this guy right here, yeah, I'll have to rearrange the birds, but other than that, I think I'm pretty much done with this one for tonight. I'll go put it on the door and get those birds fixed up and take a picture of it so you can actually see it. I'm sorry that we don't have the camera thing quite. It might have been better just with the laptop, but we'll get there. I kind of want to set it like back behind me. Okay, hold on, in case you have vertigo. Set it back behind me so you can see with me as I'm working on it. I think that would be kind of a better view, but it also needs to be a little bit further away. So I'm going to make Mike work on that. Maybe a place right behind me to do it. But anyway, well, I'm going to just hopped on here to finish this one up. Keep everybody informed what's happening. I'm going to crunch. And what I'll do, though, I'll hang it up, get the birds placed exactly where I want them, and glue them, and then I'll take a picture of it and get it up on the internet. It will be under past reads because this one is already spoken for. And then I'm going to start making, like I said, probably another Easter and another St. Patrick's Day. I'm not quite sure yet. But I'm getting there, so I hope you enjoyed it. And I will talk with you tomorrow, Patty. We'll talk with you then. Everybody have a great evening. I hope your evening was fine. Stay warm. And if I can get this to do done, because my little mouse gets excited. We will see you next time here at Creative Wreaths and